Now, internet meme rapping has been a thing for a while, and a lot of guys' careers have been spawned from it. You look at guys like Lil B the Bass God, but there's somebody today that I want to talk about, and it's a pretty deep rabbit hole. It's my guy, Viper. Now, Viper was a different kind of star that blew up on the underground meme rap scene on the internet. He wasn't known for being funny or actually being good in his songs, but what caught everybody's attention was Viper's album covers. Viper caught the attention of the world with his critically acclaimed cover right here, Yo Cowards, Don't Even Smoke Crack. I remember the first time I seen this, and I remember it being the first time I was truly enlightened, and I think I gained sentience in that moment. And from this exposure, from the Yo Cowards, Don't Even Smoke Crack cover, we would see one of the greatest runs from a rapper ever. And some of Viper's most noticeable work came out during this run with albums like Straight Out of the Galactic in Viper 9, The Moon Is My Son, He Looked Just Like Me Too, 1 Million Vipers, but only one Viper, The Best Creation of God, and You're So Stupid. So as far as work ethic goes, undeniably, Viper is the definition of a grinder. His catalog is super extensive, with Viper releasing over 1,500 projects. But of course, Viper ended up falling off, and I think the big two reasons Viper had his fall from grace are simple. One, Viper did have the internet love and the stardom of the meme, but he never really interacted with it, and he never took advantage of it to keep him in some kind of limelight. And two, well, it's Viper's music. I'll let you guys get a listen right here to Viper's music, and you tell me, was he ever gonna blow up and become an actual artist with this? And I mean, you just heard the music, so obviously with shitty music like this, you can anticipate Viper's life in the rap game wasn't going to be long. He couldn't produce quality music, and he was just a meme, so he did fall off. We didn't hear about Viper for a while, but Viper did continue to make music, and he even released an album this year titled Mental Ward Cult. But something else would come to light in 2024 about Viper. I'm going to let you see that here.
Well, tonight, police busting into a South Houston home for a welfare check. The home belonging to this man, 62-year-old Lee Carter. He's accused of kidnapping a woman and locking her inside of the garage for years.
So, of course, you can already tell this is a pretty disturbing case. I mean, Viper gets arrested for kidnapping and holding this woman as a captive. Viper apparently offered this homeless woman a place to stay, then kept her confined in his garage. Viper, you are not a pimp, and offering homeless women a place to stay so you can essay them is not player. There's just a lot going on I want to talk about in the situation. One thing I want to talk about is Viper is an absolute fucking lunatic. He's a menace to society. He held this woman as a hostage. He essayed her. He fed her drugs, and he thought he was never going to get caught. Obviously, this is delusional behavior, and I believe Viper got a mental illness of sorts. And something that's just grinding my gears is the fact that Viper was actually able to post bail and get back out here on these streets. When the cops and the ambulances pulled up, what they seen was irrefutable evidence that Viper is guilty. For the crimes that Viper has committed, he should have to sit in a jail cell until a trial. I mean, let me give you a stat here. The likelihood of you becoming a victim of a kidnapping heightens from 0 to 1 million if Viper is on these streets. And you may laugh, but it's true. Viper had no problem doing this to a random woman, using her for SA and then feeding her with a drug addiction. He malnourished this woman. When the police and ambulance pulled up, she was about 90 pounds. If Viper would do it to her, he would practically do it to anybody. Nobody is safe with people like this. And if you thought it couldn't get worse for Viper, it's being reported that another woman's body has been found dead at Viper's property. The body of a 61-year-old woman. She apparently lived in the same garage as the other woman, but Viper is not being investigated over the woman's death, even though she lived in the house. I think that's very suspect, and I think, yes, Viper needs to be investigated for the death of this woman as well. It is not a coincidence that there is a dead woman in this man's garage. Something else that strikes me in this case that is very strange is the fact that this woman was able to escape the property before. She was able to go to the hospital, but after, the police released her back into quote-unquote Viper's custody, and I'm just confused at this. Like, this is a grown woman. Viper is not her father. How is she let back into his custody? Did she willingly go, or did the police force her? And that is interesting to me. I would like to know more about that. We also got a quote from Viper in the media, basically confirming his status on this case, whether he is innocent or guilty. I'm gonna let you check that out right now.
This is my son's mother, so this is not a stranger. But I'm innocent.
And I'm going to be honest with you, this is a straight up weird ass answer. Viper says this is the mother of my son. Bro, it don't matter who the fuck it is. You can't enslave them. They are not your property. He thinks that he's in the right. He says that he's innocent. Buddy, Viper, you are not innocent. I don't give a fuck who that is to you. You don't just enslave people in your garage. And of course, our guy Viper went to Twitter to deny the allegations. He even dropped a new cover, which reads, "I've only lived in my Perry house for 13 months. Look at the tax records. Do the math. SMH. Viper." All allegations are false, and I gotta be honest, this is a horrible situation, but new Viper album cover dropped. W. Seriously though, this entire case is sick, and Viper is no longer a loved meme within the internet space. The only track that people are going to be looking out for from Viper is his first day out after he serves a 5-year stint in prison. I'm not rooting for Viper. I hope the rest of the internet isn't. This guy belongs under the jail, and what's come of him is absolutely horrific. I mean, I gotta be honest, it's absolutely terrifying realizing that Viper was making music and releasing it while all this was going down in his garage. He was holding 2 women hostage, basically. One died eventually. That wasn't specified in the case. We don't even know how long Viper had a dead woman at his house while he was continuing to make music. It's absolutely a bizarre case, and it is a very, very disturbing situation. But that's going to wrap up the video. I think Viper's story is disgusting, and there shouldn't be any pity for any guy like him. Yeah, Viper was a beloved internet meme for years, but the guy is sick, and he needs to be reprimanded for his actions. You know, it's crazy to say, if you think about it, maybe things could have ended up differently for Viper if he had embraced the internet memes and ran with it like Lil B. Instead, Viper fell off badly, and he's found himself in an evil ass immoral situation. So a horrible fall off. Subscribe to the channel. Peace.